All right, welcome back to the BFR podcast presented by Sports Mockery. My name is David. I cover the Bears for SM. Joined by a good friend or co-host, Chicago Bears content creator Ficky, and we are going to have our instant reactions, kind of a schedule breakdown for the Chicago Bears 2025 schedule. I'm going to give a real quick shout out to Fick. He had this. I mean, you had this graphic before anybody. I know you're kind of. You had your own sources and also taken from what, the breadcrumbs that we got throughout basically yesterday and today. But that graphic, which we'll bring it up later, we'll use to do our predictions, was spot on. I think you were 17 for 17 on there.
Thank God. Because last year I was 15 for 17. So
last year you were off a little bit, but and that's the thing. You missed one, they let you know.
That's for sure.
This year you were perfect. Want to give you some love there. We are going to go ahead and start the show off, though, which it's been a thing now where they go ahead and do this schedule release video, each NFL team. And I think there's actually rankings now. I think the Bears were in the top 10 last year or just outside the top 10 in regards to their schedule video.
Chargers always won. They kill it.
Yeah. I'm curious. I haven't really watched. I watched about maybe 30 seconds of this of our new one, but I haven't finished it. So Fick and I are going to go ahead and watch this live with you right now. Fick, do you want to change us over to that new?
Yep, I got you.
Awesome. So again, if you are here for the first time, welcome. It's the Bears Film Room podcast or Bears Film Room show. We're kind of like it's a show and a podcast, basically. You get both. So we appreciate everyone that's tuned in. We're almost at 9,000 subs on YouTube. So if you can, hit that like button, subscribe, and enjoy this one. We have, again, schedule breakdown. We're going to give our own predictions. Jack might be here. He's kind of a part-timer right now. I ain't going to lie. I'm giving him part-time Jack here. Change his Twitter handle. He may be here. If not, it's going to be Ficky and I knocking out this schedule release and giving our just instant reactions. And we were going to go ahead and have Jeff from the Bears blog, who just joined SM. He was going to be on tonight. I was talking with Jeff, and we talked to the boys. And this is we kind of forgot that today at 7:00 was the schedule release. So we are going to go ahead and push it back. He already tweeted on the Bears blog account that we are going to go ahead and go live next Wednesday at 7:00. Confirm that Central Time. And he is going to give us a lot of breadcrumbs. We're just basically the ins and outs of what's happening right now at House Hall and what he expects with Braxton Jones and just a bunch of other really good information. So we'll have that ready for you. And then we are going to go ahead and play the Chicago Bears schedule release video and give our honest thoughts, grades, and maybe where it ranks early on without seeing, I guess, anybody else. So let's pull it up. I'll share my screen.
Let's do it.
All right.
What's up, Lamar? When did you start working here?
Well, it turns out after winning an Emmy, you're not guaranteed work. So here we are. 1 second. What?
Hey, Lamar, it's me. I heard you had the schedule.
Yes, sir. I do. I have it right here in front of me, waiting for you when you get back.
Listen, I'll be out at the game all day. Can you just email it to me?
Yeah, absolutely. Email. I know how to use it. You say email? Hello, coach? Hello? Type this in. Hit me. Got it. Oh, no. Oh, no. No.
What is it?
I sent the schedule, the entire schedule, to every Ben Johnson on the Chicago Bears marketing list.
You sent a confidential schedule?
Yeah.
What if we track down all the emails and delete them before they get them?
That's not enough time. There's not enough time. We'll never get it done by then.
Well, look like we're going to need some help here.
Hey, Lamar, how are you?
Jake, oh my God, I'm glad I got you. Question, would you happen to be near your cousin Ben right now?
I'm the Johnson family reunion. All the Johnsons are here. What's up, Jalen? How you doing, cousin? Jalen Johnson's in my family.
Hear me out. Now, normally you're considered a unreliable person, but right now I need you. I need a big favor from you. I need you to break your cousin Ben's phone.
Yeah,
now,
sure,
it's a long
no
story,
problem.
but we accidentally, we...
Done.
Really?
All right, bye, Lamar.
Guess your mom was wrong about you. My man.
Hey, are you Ben? I'm Rome, and this is Caleb. Can we play for the Bears?
I've never heard of you.
Really? We were the first round picks last year. QB, receiver.
Well, it doesn't matter. Can we see your tablet?
What are you gonna give me for it?
I got $8.
I'm gonna need more than that.
Today we're gonna solve a very difficult problem. We're gonna follow the pandas. If you can't remember pandas,
That's gonna hurt.
Let's go, Mr. Johnson. How you like that?
Hey, y'all want me to get that for you? Go ahead. Thank you. Yeah. Ben, right? Ben Johnson? Yeah. Say cheese. Y'all should have said cheese.
Oh, hey, look what I got.
Oh, let me see that, man. That's crazy. What?
I'm sorry, it slipped.
So we got a signed jersey, a game ball, and front row tickets to the home opener.
That watch looks nice.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to United Airlines here in Chicago.
Oh, I'm off. Oh my gosh! It's Caleb Williams right there. Huh.
Caleb?
What?
Oh. Hey, you never sent me the schedule.
Listen here, it's in my pocket. So just gotta dust that off.
Who are you?
I'm Ben Johnson.
All right. Not bad. Vic, I just want to, off the rip here, well, let's go ahead and get it back to just us.
Yeah.
Off the rip, the Chargers did, I haven't watched it. I just saw it on my Twitter at the very end here. They released and the Chargers are just known for insane videos.
Crazy.
They released a Minecraft version of their schedule.
Of course.
And I watched like 2 seconds just from the scrolling right here. Looks insane already. But we're going to talk about this one. First of all,
Alexa,
initial thoughts.
We got a sad face. I mean, it was okay.
So I love New Girl. So I love Nick Johnson. He's he's a huge Bears fan in real life. And then what was the
Lamar?
What's his name? Lamar. Yeah, but in New Girl.
I can't remember his name on
Is
New
it
Girl.
Marcus? I don't know. Oh, I'm playing the video again. Either way, they went with the New Girl route. It doesn't look it wasn't terrible. However, it's underwhelming. Like off the rip, it's underwhelming in my opinion.
Winston, by the way. Winston.
Why do I say Marcus? Winston. I love New Girl, so I like that they use that. But even when you go back and look at the Bear where they had like with Justin Fields, remember? And they always like to use all their players like in these videos. And they really don't do a lot of animation ones or anything along those lines, except for I think the one with Cole Bennett a few years back with the school bus. And I love Cole, but I think yeah. I'm no comment on it, but I know people they weren't hyped about it. So, but off the rip, this one was underwhelming. I like that they used the current players. I love seeing Caleb and Rome. I think they did that last year with the new kids on the block with the school bus. But for me, it's just underwhelming. Simple as that. I think this is probably not, it doesn't top last year at all, or even with the Bear.
I think Lamar did a good job on his acting. Like DJ can't act. I'm sorry. DJ, like it just can't. Cole, you can actually see. I mean, it makes sense. Cole does more pocket and whatnot. He was fine. I like the little kid, Ben Johnson. That was funny. And he's like, yo, give me the watch. Like more of that. That was great. Then love seeing Peanut Tillman. Peanut Tillman's hilarious because he's always like so stoic in his ways. You know what I mean? And that's how he is in real life. So like there was parts of it where I was like, oh yeah, give me that. But there's some other parts I'm like, yeah, I didn't really care. So I don't know. It was just like you said, it wasn't as good. What I like to see when it comes to the NFL release, and this is just us being nitpicky, right? But I like it where it does like a team section. The Chargers are really good at that. So it'd be like, oh, we're playing this team week 1, and they do a whole thing about the week 1 matchup. Then they go to week 2 all the way through 18. I like seeing that because it does like a sequential event where it's like bang, 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 bang. This one was just 3 minutes of them deleting, breaking phones and whatnot. And then you get the schedule release at the end. Not as exciting because with the other ones, what it does is you get more like tied to the team you're playing. Like the Chargers are good at that. They'll roast the teams they're playing, right? You see now in the NFL, a lot of these Twitter teams, a lot of these teams' Twitters, they will like do comparisons of every team, or like they'll be like an emoji of what the team is, or they'll pick a theme and be like, whatever, right? We'll use one image to describe it. I like that because now what you're doing is you're tying your matchup to the fan base and to how they're perceived. We don't get that with this. It's just a piece of paper. Now, this isn't me dogging it, right? A lot of people went to make this work, and whatnot, and it's still good, but it's just not as good as some of the other ones I saw. So it's I don't want to it's not awful, you know what I mean? But it's not like, oh, that was so fun, I want to watch it again. While
it's that's why I feel like underwhelming is a good word, because it's not bad. It's just like you expect more when it's become more of like a competition almost.
Oh my God,
around the league. Like I said, there's rankings of these, the day after and I know social teams are, this is their Super Bowl. This is their one time to truly show out and be creative. I love that they use current players. I love that they use Peanut Tillman. However, it's just, you're right. You don't even get the schedule until the very end where they throw it out there, and it's like, and you have to pause it, but there's no real sequence or sequencing like you talked about. Like in this Minecraft, I guarantee the Minecraft one that the Chargers did, it's beautiful. Week 1, week 2, week 3. This one, it was a mix of bad acting because they rely on the players heavily.
Give me less,
and then you bring in, less play. Give us a cameo, right? Or put
couple lines.
Put DJ Caleb in the background or doing something funny.
Only if they're good, because if they're good at acting, it's fine. I don't care. Like even the Caleb and Rome one, it wasn't bad. So I'm like, okay, at least it's. But like DJ
started rocky.
Yes, DJ is the back half of it was good, but DJ is not a good actor.
Well, DJ can only act like DJ Moore. Like he honestly he can only be himself. He tried to Ferris Bueller a while back, and that is not going to work.
Right. It is no dig on any of these guys. They're professional football players, not professional actors. So I'm not judging them on a thing. It's just though, if you're going to do a release, I'd like to see, get people in there that can, act. If you're going to make it solely in live person stuff, I'm cool with that. But you got to make sure the people that you're using are really good in front of a camera so it sells. And also why that is because what happens is, especially with comedy, when the acting's not good with comedy, it goes from being funny to corny, right? Because it goes from being believable to unbelievable. So you got to make sure the people that are in there with the jokes are naturally funny, or they're very believable, because then the joke hits. Otherwise, you look at it and you're like, this is corny that some 40-year-old mom is going to laugh at. It's not for me, right? So it's look, at the end of the day, it's just a release video. I'm not too worried about it. And the funny thing is that we just talked about, Dave, I knew the release schedule 2 hours ago, so it's not even a full. You used to watch
the draft
to actually get the release. Yeah, you already got the picks. So
and you had the draft. You had where they give away the picks, on Twitter 10 minutes before they're actually announced on TV. I agree with that. It's similar to the schedule where I hated that it was leaked the last 48 hours.
What's
slowly
crazy,
too. It was bleeding the schedule dry. It's here's week 8. 2 hours later, here's week 16, and I'm like,
you know what's funny though? You know what's funny? Now the NFL is starting to before it was just you'd get a couple leaks here and there, right? If you go 4 years ago, be a couple leaks. Then there was a lot more leaks, and the leaks are way more advanced now. But what the NFL's been doing now is they're doing a full rollout, of course, because they're going to make it a week-long event, right? Of course, it makes sense. But now they are dropping them. They're announcing it on Monday, some of the games, right? So the releases, because they're getting certain games are getting announced, especially the holiday games. The games are on Thursday Night Football. The games that are on, like I said, the holidays. Now what's happening is the release videos are even less important because you find out 3 or 4 of the games for each team by the NFL, not like a leak, but literally by the NFL putting it out. So I think really now that's why I'm like, it's more of just like content. Give me funny content or give me some stuff that blows me out of the water, because that's what it's for right now, because obviously it's not about the actual schedule, because these guys are getting better and better at getting it right each year, right? So
yeah, I'm not mad. I really am not. I think the problem is I would probably be a lot more disappointed, and I probably will be, because I think there was a Mario Kart one, the Falcons I'm seeing here. I haven't watched it, but they're doing like animations, like high tier. You mean look at the Chargers Minecraft? It looks like Minecraft. Like they're putting, I don't know what the budget is.
Oh,
but it's a lot more. That's what I'm saying, man.
It takes
even for
forever.
a minute clip, and the way they're doing it, even the Mario Kart one, from what I've just seen, looks top tier. And it's like the Bears, I feel like they're going a little cheap here. I think their budget, I don't think they're giving enough of a budget, man.
Oh, you know what? They just spent a shitload on Ben Johnson. So maybe that's the answer right there.
They got to cut.
So look, if this is a result of us getting Ben Johnson in here and getting, working on a new stadium, whatever it is, that's fine. The real question is the schedule, how we feel about that. But that's going to be an interesting.
That's what we'll get to here in a second. I do want to say I had one more thing. What was it? If something about the schedule video, I will get back to it. But like I said, props to you for kind of getting ahead of everything on here in regards to the schedule release. What we're going to do here now is we're just going to go ahead and go game by game. There's a lot of prime time, which I love.
Not as much as Washington, bro. Do you see that shit? They got 8.
Reportedly, did they get 8?
8.
I thought there was a cap off the rip. Like I thought you could only have a schedule 5, but you could be flexed to
I'm pretty
8.
sure. I mean, I could be wrong, but I thought I saw 8, which is
that's almost half the games.
Your games, bro.
You better hope. You better hope they're good. Like you better hope.
Let me see. I'm trying to
place. Like God forbid, JD.
Well, you remember some of these can get flexed, right? So
yeah.
I'm trying to see here. So I think they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they have 8, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They have 2. They have. Wait a second.
Right.
They have 2 Sunday night footballs. They have 2 Monday night footballs. They have 1 Saturday game, and then they have 1 holiday game and 1 Thursday night football. So they basically have 2 Sunday night, 2 Monday night, 1 Saturday, 1 holiday, and 2 Thursday. 8. Crazy.
Yeah.
Wild. I mean, look, they went to the NFC. Oh, sorry. They went to the championship last year. So that's what happens when you do that. So.
Okay. We're going to pull up the schedule, and we are going to go through the schedule and just kind of give our instant reactions to this thing, because I was going to use our graphic fic. However, I kind of like the times.
No,
I like being able to react to that. So
there's no way I was going to get the times. That would have been
next
crazy.
year. That's next year.
We'll try. Yeah.
All right. Oh man. Okay. So I think let me know in the comments here on YouTube if you guys are good, if you guys can see that. I think it looks pretty good, right? You can see it.
Mm-hmm.
So off the rip, we already knew the opponents. That's the thing. Now it's about when you play them, when your bye week is, and I think that's where I want to start with. The bye week being week 5 is absolutely disgusting.
Horrible.
It is that. I thought we had a week 6 or 7 a couple of years ago.
We did.
We had one really early.
2 years ago, Justin Fields.
Do you know what year? What was it? Week 6? Week 7?
I think it was literally the year, not last year, but the year prior. I think is when we had the week 6.
Was it week 6 though?
Yeah.
Okay. That was terrible. Now you're a week earlier.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And then you got to go through an absolute gauntlet of a schedule to end the year. And you don't even have a break. I mean, we don't even have a Thursday nighter. So it's not like you're getting that mini bye either. You know what I'm talking about?
We might with the Black Friday game. Eagles
Black Friday
Thursday. That's technically. Oh no, that's Friday game. Duh, Black Friday. That's Friday. So maybe that's a mini-ish buy.
That's not really. That's not a mini. That's
well, you still get a
Friday?
day and a half. You get a day and a half. It's not as good as the Thursday. Wait,
yeah.
but what's
no, you're right.
Yeah. What? So you get Friday to Sunday. So you go from Eagles to Green Bay. So it's not as good as Thursday. You lose a day, but I guess you get something there.
No, I think just off like instant reaction, I want to throw up when I see week 5. I cannot stand that. And I think the players probably feel 100% the same way because you're dealing with injuries after week 8, week 9, and that's where you want that bye, midway through the season, not after a 4-game stretch of where you're playing, 2 away, 2 home. It's quite crazy.
Well, when the NFL goes to 18 games, this is going to happen. So 19 weeks, 18 games. I'm thinking they're going to put 2 buys in there. So I'm hoping what it does, I'm hoping that it does. You can, if you get one at 5, hopefully you get one at 14, right? It makes up for it. But yeah, having 1 buy and it's on 5 is crazy. But someone has to have, it has to happen to somebody, right? Every year there's teams that get it down here. So just unfortunately, this is our draw. So
yeah. Well, let's go through the games here. First one, Monday Night Football. This is incredible. I love this matchup. Chicago Bears, Minnesota Vikings at home. You have, let me set this up, Vic, because I'm going to get your thoughts first and then I'll go. But I want to set you up. We're going through all of training camp. J.J. McCarthy, Caleb Williams, McCarthy's first rookie start, not preseason, but in the regular season. You are at home Monday Night Football, and you are ending the first week of week 1. So you're the last game in week 1. Talk about a platform. Talk about a privilege here. What?
Question. Are they doing double header Monday Night Football this year?
Even if it is 7:15, I think is that
the later one? I can't ever remember. I know they do too.
No, I think they stopped that. I thought I heard they were going to stop it this year. I don't know. Either way.
Okay.
Either way. Nobody's going to watch unless it's. Yeah, I don't know. It's a really good question.
Yeah,
I don't for this preference for this scenario. It's for us. It's prime time. I think a lot of people, as far as the markets go, Minnesota, Chicago are pretty big. So, J.J. McCarthy, Caleb Williams. Initial thoughts, and then give me. I'm going to keep a tracker here. So give me we're going to go through this one by one, and you're going to see where we stand here as far as the records go. So we cannot switch.
And
once we put a win.
And just to be transparent, I have not even mentally done this in my head. So I have no idea where. Yeah, I have no idea where I'm putting my record as. But so this should be fun. Yeah, I know. They scrummaging in the bag looking for a pen and paper.
Okay, give me your thoughts though, Fick.
Okay, yes, great. Monday Night Football. No better way to start. The only downfall is that we have to wait till Monday, and obviously the first game is going to be Thursday, so we have to literally wait. Like, you've been waiting so long, and you still have to wait, right? It's like everyone gets their Christmas gifts early, right? And you're still sitting there waiting to open yours. So that's the only downfall, but that's more of a personal kind of grift. It's nothing bad. But I'm excited for it, right? J.J. McCarthy, we got to see who he is. First game, I don't care who you are, unless it's Cam Newton. Most quarterbacks, their first game, they don't play super great, okay? Cam threw for like 400 yards or something like that his first 2 games back-to-back, and that's never been done. So I feel confident about it. What's going to be great about this matchup is the Ben Johnson offense versus the Brian Flores defense. And in the matchups last year, because obviously in the same conference, right? A division. Last year, those were freaking mastermind games, watching those 2 play chess with their 2 pieces. So I'm excited about that, but I'm going to go with a win. I think we can pull that one off.
Okay. I like it. I like that a lot. Real quick, they released the preseason.
Okay. Who's in the preseason?
That's interesting. So
not that
they are. No, it doesn't matter, but just to give it out real quick, Kansas City, they're at Kansas City August 22nd. They're at Buffalo Bills Sunday, or they're playing at home against the Bills in preseason for week 2, and then week 3 preseason is at home against the Dolphins. So
we always play Buffalo in the preseason. I swear that's like 3 times in the past 4 years. I mean, it doesn't matter.
There should be 2.
Yep.
Anywho, so let's take a look here. We won't go through the preseason. That's enough. We'll have to cover the preseason. That will be enough during that time frame.
Yeah,
So we'll get that one. I want my honest thoughts. So you gave week 1
dub.
Ficky, you said win. And then I'm going to go win as well. I think this one, I think it has more to do with JJ McCarthy. If he goes in there and just beats Chicago in Chicago on Monday Night Football, would be a really tall task, especially with the Bears. I understand Minnesota's legit. They have a lot of weapons. They're a tough opponent to start off with. Obviously, it's in the division too, so every divisional matchup is always kind of like a dogfight typically. And so I think JJ McCarthy should struggle against this Dennis Allen defense. I think he's going to give us a couple takeaways. It's really just going to be about you're going to have to win the turnover battle typically, but I think this one should be not an easy win because it's the NFL, and I think the Bears' schedule is brutal. But I think this one most people should chalk this up as a win just because you're at home, all the momentum. Now, we saw what they did. They laid an egg, 2 years ago in Green Bay. The Bears come out flat a lot, but this is a different team. Ben Johnson, I trust him here. I think this is a win. This should be a win against Minnesota. And I think that's going to be the story. When you're at home, you just got to take care of business here, especially with this division. So I'm going with you with the win, Fick. So let's see here. Both start out 1-0. Now we're going to Detroit away. Ben Johnson going home to Detroit.
Let's see here.
I can start.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is a win. This is a win. I think the Lions are a little bit more depleted. They're going to be in week 2, right? New offensive coordinator. I know the Chicago has the same thing, but we got Ben Johnson, right? Ben freaking Johnson. We saw what he did the last few years in Detroit. I think that's Dan Campbell is going to have a really tall task, especially early on, finding an identity. His offensive coordinators have to find an identity. It's going to have to be different. You don't have Ben Johnson at the helm calling the shots, right? Aiden Hutchinson, I don't know how he's going to recover. I think he should be ready by then. However, what does he look like early on in week 2, especially this being so early on in Detroit? I think the Bears, get out of there with a win and start off 2-0. I think they need to as well. I think Detroit's going to be tough, but you catch them early on. I think that's when you can take advantage of that and get that win. So I'm going to start out 2-0.
Look, I get it. Lions lost both their coordinators. It's early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, if this was home, I would say we win. But then I'm just trying to think, we're not going. I know I'm thinking ahead, but there's no way we're sweeping the Lions. So I'm like, where do we go 1-1 at? Are we winning on the road and then losing at home later? But my thought process is the Lions will probably have a better groove later on in the season, right? Except we play them literally the last game of the season. So they're probably gonna, they'll have a better understanding of their coordinators, their offense, their defense, blah, 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 blah. So I would expect that would be the harder one to win, even at home. So because of that, I'll probably default to this being a win, just because I think the last game of the year will be the harder one to win out of the two. And I just don't see us sweeping them both because at the end of the day, they still have talent. They just lost their whole coaching staff, basically, besides Dan Campbell. So,
yeah, I think that's why it's just for me, you're playing them early. What was your final?
I said, I didn't give a score, but I did
win.
Say win.
Win or loss,
win,
sorry.
Yeah, win. Yeah, win.
Okay. Week 3 is at home against the Dallas Cowboys. Matt Eberflus, revenge game.
Yes, it is.
I'll start with this one. I hate to be that guy that says 3-0. I think the Bears
last year.
I think they yeah. It doesn't mean much if they start out 3-0 or 3-1, but I think they beat the Dallas. I think they beat Dallas pretty. You're at home too. I just expect a lot from this team, and this is instant reactions. We haven't seen much of anything in regards to training camp, and so we're allowed to have these change. But instant reactions, I think 3-0 start. Detroit probably is going to be the toughest game away. Actually, I take that. Sorry, Minnesota will probably be the toughest game just because I think they're talented. But I'm going to go win. as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you on that. Which is weird because it's you try not to be a homer, but we're 3-0 here. So, but you know,
man,
on streaks all the time, so you can win 3 and lose 4. It happens all the time. So
it's funny you say this. I remember. So when we started the pod, our first ever, I think, video, or I think ever episode was going over schedule release.
It was like 3 years ago.
Yep. So that's hilarious. It just brings memories where you're just so optimistic. But
we were so wrong that year. My God, we were.
Oh
so
man,
wrong that year. So wrong. God,
yeah.
we
so to recap, we're both 3-0 after week 3.
Yes.
Now we head into Las Vegas. The Raiders. Pete Carroll, Ashton Gentry should have been a Bear, but he's not a Bear. Instead, we got Colston Loveland, Geno Smith,
Brock Bowers. You still got Max.
That's tough. That's a fun matchup.
Their offense looks dynamic.
I'll defer to you on this first.
Yeah, their offense looks dynamic. Look, Geno Smith is no joke. That's definitely an upgrade from what they had. Ashton Gentry we'll have to see, but it seems like he's going to be the guy. Brock Bowers already proved that last year. Now you got Pete Carroll under the helm. So you think just even as a coaching standpoint, that's going to be a net positive upgrade from like a team standpoint. But if you were just to look on paper, we're the better team. We're the better team. We are. On paper, we have the better quarterback. Well, value-wise, we probably have the better quarterback. Still yet to be seen, but
he should be better. And if he's not, it's a huge red flag.
Correct.
Nothing against Geno, but come on.
So with all of that, like I'm gonna have to go the Bears, which is crazy. Crazy. But I mean, look, out of those 4 teams in the front, the Raiders are the worst one. So if I gave the other 3 a win, it wouldn't make sense to give the Raiders unless it's just a fluke game. But I'm not going to base on like, oh, one of these is just a fluke. I'm looking at literally our team and their skill set and talent versus the other team and their skill set and talent. Some of these are going to be fluke games. You never know. That's why you play the game. But based off just like looking at rosters, I got to go with the Bears on this one. What about you?
Okay. This one is like a trap game. If you start 3-0, you feel really good going against because realistically, you beat those first 3 teams. You kind of look ahead to the bye. You're like, you know, you're 3-0. You have the bye week next week. You're playing against the Raiders, who probably are going to be one of the. They're not going to be the best team. They might be average, but I think you ask most players in that locker room, even the coaches, that should be a win right now. Like they're marking that as a W, and they should. I'm going to go win as well. We got to really slow it down here because we can't go back and change anything. So,
well, look,
week 5 is a loss. I'm calling it a loss.
Yeah.
Somehow.
For the bye week. Look, the NFL season's 17 games, right? So you really look at these teams in like 4-game sample sets because that's where you really start to see like that's where the streaks happen. You start to understand more about the team, injuries happen, impact, whatever. So if you're looking at the first quadrant, I can see that being like thumbs up. This next quadrant, though, which we'll get to individually, I think that'll bring us back. I think that's going to be a thumbs down. So I think there is going to be some balance in this along the way. I just feel like we have the best chance if I'm looking at all 4 quadrants. Either quadrant, it's really quadrant 1's our best chance to go 4-0 out of all these 4 quadrants. So I'm okay with that.
Okay. We're in a bye week. I think this is a really good time for a little break here. Fick, I'm gonna let you go in here. We have a new Patreon member we want to go ahead and shine some love to. So again, before Fick goes in here, hit that like button, subscribe. And appreciate you tuning in. There's a lot of people going live right now, so we appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Fick?
Absolutely, yes. Like Dave said, we really appreciate all of y'all who decided to watch the BFR podcast, the BFR show, which is the #1 podcast / show for the fans, by the fans, because Dave and I and Jack are fans just like y'all. So we get excited about the schedule drops just like y'all do, and we do all these predictions just like you guys do as well. So we really do appreciate y'all taking time out of your day, especially when there's about 500 million podcasts and shows going on right now covering schedule releases across the NFL. So thank you for spending time with us. If this is your first time, though, first off, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. You can do that on your way out. You don't have to do that right now. But also, if this is your first time, please give a hashtag new face gang in the chat, and we'll give you a shout out before the end of the show. We do this all the time for every show. And for our OGs, you all know who you are. See y'all in the chat. If this to be an OG, that means if you've watched more than one show, that's it. please give a hashtag OG in the chat. We'll give you a shout out before the end of the show. Also want to give a shout out to our Spotify podcasts, Spotify, Apple podcast listeners, and wherever you get your podcasts. You guys are active. Thank you for the reviews. Thank you for the love over there and the comments you guys are leaving. So I really do appreciate all of the love and support there. So again, give the hashtag new face gang in the chat. If this is not your first time, you're a true OG, give a hashtag OG in the chat. Okay, now all of that's free. We really do appreciate it. It helps get the show out to more fans like y'all so we can build a community. But if you want to be a part of our community, you can be a part of it by repping some of our merch on the BFRstore.com, where we have some of our newest drops, our hoodie, our hat, our mug, our shirt, also with the new BFR New Era logos that we dropped, which are fire. You guys have been loving it, so really do appreciate that. You can go there right now if you want to get a gift for yourself, gift for your friends and family. You can do that. All the proceeds there at the BFRstore.com just go right back into the show so that we can keep giving y'all fire content. So we really do appreciate that. And if you also want to join the ongoing community, you can do so by going to our Patreon, the BFR Den on Patreon, where we have monthly exclusives like giveaways, private Zoom calls, mailbag episodes, and much more. Things like you get access to our private Discord where you can talk to Dave, Jack, and I. You can talk to us in the Patreon as well. Just a bunch of great stuff on there. And we have two tiers. We have our Hall of Fame tier, which is $10 a month. And I want to give a shout out to our Hall of Fame Grizzlies, Michael from across the pond. We got Gage. We got Phil the fourth, Michael Berry. And then our newest member, who's an OG, who's been here all the time, Thomas Whitty. Shout out to you for joining. We really do appreciate it. With this tier, it's $10 a month. You get the private Zoom calls monthly with Dave, Jack, and I, and everything else that's in our rookie tier. And in a rookie tier, like I said, we got a private Discord. We give our monthly giveaways. Like, you literally just get in there and you win free shit. It's fantastic. You also our mailbag episodes and much more. So let me give a shout out to our rookie Grizzlies, Alex, Brian, Chris, Jason, and Eston. Much love to y'all. We really do appreciate it. So again, you can support us by joining our Patreon. You can support us by buying merch on the BFRstore.com. And you can support us just by liking, subscribing, and leaving comments here. So whatever way you want to do it, all of it goes back to just making the show better and better for y'all so we can stay the #1 show for the fans, by the fans. So appreciate y'all support. Excited for the season. Let's get back to the show.
Absolutely. So after the bye week, week 5, we have Washington. Again, to recap, we are both 4-0 after the bye. I'm going to start here, and it hurts. It hurts to say that the Bears I have them as a loss here just because they have to prove it to me otherwise that they can beat Washington, especially with, I'm not even going to bring it up because we're going to get a really heavy dose of the Hail Mary from last year. I mean, the over-under has got to be set at least 10 throughout that entire game, especially if, before they're going to probably do 3 or 4 clips. If it's a close game, I guarantee you they're going to bring it back up. Yeah. Anyways, long story short, I want the Bears. If I could switch a win here, like to be 4-1, I would, because I want to beat the living shit out of Washington. I'm tired of their fan base. I do like Josh. Love Josh. That loss, we have to beat them. I'm gonna put it as a loss though, just because right now I'm 4-0, and I think if we're gonna lose one, it's this one after a bye week too. Which I hate to do that because it's an entirely different regime, different coaching staff. So, notoriously the Bears are terrible out of the bye, but you can't put that on this coaching staff. But all things considered, I'm going to put this one as a loss, and I hope I'm fucking wrong.
Look, team almost went to the Super Bowl. We're losing.
Yep.
Until they can prove it otherwise. Yeah, that's a L. Sorry. And that one's going to hurt the most for everything you just said.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So
I'm not ready for that game. That's for sure. I'll tell you.
Oh, I'm ready for it, dude. I'm ready for it. It's a prime-time game, too.
No. I'm ready for the game itself. I'm not ready for everything that comes before the game because it's just going to be reminders and reminders of everything that happened last year. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not ready for it. Yeah,
I'm ready for it. We lived through the double doink and shit, and that was years.
That just sucked, though. It just sucked.
But it's like, it's such a Bears thing, like, because you have anytime anytime the ball or football hits the goalpost, doink, right? You just get reminded. End of games, there's always going to be Hail Marys. End of halves,
it's always going to be the Bears.
We are always going to remember those plays. So it's kind of iconic in a way how Chicago does that to us, or how the Bears do it to us. So what was I going to say? So we're 4-1 right now. I think I wanted to notate this real quick as well. We have the Monday nighter to open the season, but I love the 325 Cowboys Raiders. That's kind of a sneaky little.
Those
I
are
like that.
America's game. Yeah, we love those. Those are good.
It's almost like prime time. It's like a
it's a prime time for other than Sunday Night Football. Yeah, it is. Because there's less,
it's like IMAX viewing. It's like, or that type of thing. You're not in a balcony. You're not getting the food and drink quite yet, but it's a really good experience. IMAX for compared to the movies. I know you're a movie guy too. Yeah, the slate this summer looks insane.
Don't even.
It's already starting out insane.
I'm already high off Thunderbolts still.
Yeah. Anyways, it's just but from Thunderbolts on, it's like I'm looking forward to a lot of movies.
July. Sorry, we'll get back. July.
That's my birthday month too.
Superman. Dave's
Fantastic
birthday month,
Four,
Jurassic Park, Fantastic Four, and Superman. Just in 1 month.
It's crazy.
And it's week after week. It's literally 1 week, 2 week, 3. Yeah, it's going to be gas. So.
It's beautiful. Love summer blockbusters. So anyways, back to the schedule. Saints.
Speaking of a summer blockbuster, right here, the Saints game. Woo. It'd be exciting.
Saints, yeah. Spencer Rattler come to town.
Spencer Rattler or Hayner or Tyler Shuck. Ooh, watch out.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they flex this one to prime time? Yeah, this is a W, bro. You don't even know who their quarterback is. I'm sorry. I don't even know if we need to spend that much time on that.
We'll move
quarterback driven league. If you don't have you have 3 guys battling for the quarterback, that means you have no quarterbacks.
If I was New Orleans, I would make a trade for something like, unless they're trying to tank, which they might, because they have an idea of you're looking at the Manning kid, Arch Manning.
Yeah, but I heard he's not even gonna. I heard he's staying. The reports are like some of the people that are tapped into college.
He might stay
for his junior year. Yeah, there's some nice thing going to come out next year. Things can change. Can
you imagine tanking and he doesn't come out? Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna have a win too. We'll move on to Baltimore. This is a tough one. Noon game as well. So is the Saints noon. This is an L for me. I don't. You're gonna. Here's the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. We'll be 5-1 heading into this game. So Chicago's likely, if they are 5-1, they're gonna feel really good about themselves. But Lamar is fucking animal.
We're not beating the Ravens, who get to the AFC Championship almost every other year. Yeah, we're not. If we do, that'd be crazy. But no one's expecting that.
We are in sync then. Dave, I'm putting as a loss here. Week 9, another noon away game. So back-to-back, it's a road trip here for a little bit. Back-to-back road games against Cincinnati. Joe Burrow, Joey B. They got those guys, Higgins and Chase extended. What are your thoughts here? And we just saw them last year at training camp, correct?
Yes.
If I'm not.
Was that 2 years ago?
It might have been 2 years. It was 2 years ago. I think it was Justin. It was with Justin.
Yeah,
so
because that's where he did the head tap.
No, that was Caleb, right? No, you're right. It was Justin.
I think that was Justin.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Okay,
yeah. But I'm gonna go with our first back-to-back loss because we haven't had one through the season yet, and I think this is gonna be it. The Bengals are definitely better than us. They do have some major weaknesses, especially on their defensive side, but like you mentioned, they still got Joe Burrow. They still got T. Higgins. They still have Jamar Chase, the 3-headed monster. They still got Clay. All right, what's the running back? Chase Brown. So, look, you see how the offensive line handles up. But anytime you have those 3 alone, you got a chance to win any football game. So, I'm going to say this is our first back-to-back loss and make us 5-3.
Okay. I'm going to go loss as well. It just on paper until proven otherwise, I just got to see it to believe it. Like I'll feel really good if Chicago is where they're at right now. If our predictions, because we're both on the exact same page and are predicting the exact same amount of wins losses through week 9, you got to feel good going into these games, having some confidence, especially if you're beating some of those or winning some of those early matchups. So, but I think this is tough. AFC, is this North?
AFC North.
That's tough, man. So I'm going loss as well. We move on to a home. We go back to Soldier Field. Not Arlington Heights quite yet, but New York Giants come to Chicago.
Come on.
Who's starting here? Russ, or is it going to be
Russ is still starting at this point.
You think so? Dart? You don't think? I think Dart's starting.
Let him. Good.
I would like to see it.
We have
be way more fun of a matchup.
For sure. We have a better chance to beat our rookie quarterback compared to Russ. Like, and Dave, Russ can still win games. He's not prime Russ, but Russ gives them a better chance to win. That's why they went and got him, right? So
yeah, I'm gonna go win here.
Win, yeah, it's the Giants, bro.
And at the end of the show, we're gonna pick our favorite games too.
Okay.
We'll stay that'll be fun, and then we'll wrap it up there. So week 11, we have. Well, actually, let me do a stop here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins, 3 losses, 6 and 3. Wow, 6 and 3 heading into week 11. Not bad.
No, it's not.
Week 11 now, we have the Minnesota Vikings again for the second matchup. This one in Minnesota, one of the best stadiums that Kevin Warren obviously helped build, and it's at noon. JJ McCarthy. It's so interesting because what a season did Minnesota have last year as far as with Sam Darnold? It was kind of like magical where you don't expect them to be able to run it back like that, especially with a completely different quarterback in JJ McCarthy. Now we've seen rookies excel. We saw Caleb. I thought he had a really good year. Obviously Jaden Daniels. JJ McCarthy, he's still a rookie. Like he did not play at all last year except for 1.5 games of preseason. So I think it's a wild card with Minnesota, but it's an away game. It's divisional like we talked about. I'm going to go ahead. I hate to say it. I'm going to go loss here. I think this is a tough one. I think this is a one.
This is our first difference. Right. I'm gonna go win here.
Okay. Why?
You just believe? I think we last year we saw that this team had an opportunity to win up to 4 games in the NFC North, and they just couldn't because of coaching. Right? They really couldn't because of coaching, even against really good teams. And Minnesota, out of all of the teams, I would say progressively got worse just because of the quarterback change. Right? It's a rookie quarterback. And that rookie quarterback is not going to outperform. A rookie quarterback that's been injured is not going to outperform Sam Darnold and what he did last year. So because of that, they're going to take a step back, in my opinion. And because of that, I think this is the only team in the conference that we can sweep. And so I'm going to say we get both wins.
Okay. I like it. I mean, I can't see it right now. But I hope the case comes when we get to this matchup where Chicago's kind of rolling and then JJ. We'll just know more throughout
for sure
because you just don't know. It's
every week we'll have more information to determine how good these teams and we are.
So injuries too, you know how that is. But hey, I want to give a quick shout out to a new Patreon member, Caleb Montroya. Just became a member for us. So one of our paid members. So, one of our paid members. So shout out to you, Caleb. You're going to be on our graphic next week as well. We add everyone that is on there. So again, support's been unreal. I got that notification. I thought I would.
Thank you for joining. It looks like you joined the rookie tier. So thank you so much, Caleb. We appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
So that's that's our first difference here. So you have a win. I have a loss in week 11 against Minnesota. We go to Pittsburgh. No more Justin Fields. It could be Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers heading to Soldier Field. Talk about unknowns.
This is crazy. I ain't scared of no freaking Aaron Rodgers. Give me the dub here. Give me the dub, bro. I'm not. And if it's not Aaron Rodgers, they got Mason Rudolph, so it'd be a dub anyway. So give me. Okay. I'm not scared of Pittsburgh. I mean, Pittsburgh can beat you. Absolutely. You have Mike Tomlin, so they can beat you. They can. But for some reason, I'm not scared about them at all. So.
So I'm trying to go through. I have it a win as well. So right now, Fick, you're after week 12. You are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and
3,
4.
7 and 4. Okay.
Or 7 and 4. If I'm
wait, no. I think my only losses are.
So you have week 6 loss, week 8 loss, week 9 loss, week 10 loss.
No week 10 because that's the Vikings, right?
So
I had us beating the Vikings.
No, I thought that was because our back-to-back loss here.
Back-to-back was Bengals and Ravens.
Okay, what's week 10?
Losses.
Giants.
Week 10 is Giants. That's a win, and then Vikings and Steelers win.
Oh, I got you as a loss against the Giants. My bad. So you're 8 and 3.
Yeah, 8 and 3.
Okay, and I think
I am 7 and 4.
Yeah, 7-4.
Yep.
Math is fun on the thing. You should, if you can see, I'm keeping the reason I'm gonna have this notes in our notes app so we can. This is our first instant reactions got to the schedule, and I just want to be able to look back.
Yeah.
Even after the bye week, just throughout the year, and I'll put this in a graphic so we can get it on there. But like our original predictions, so every week or every couple, we'll do every 4 games. We'll take a look at our initial predictions and just hopefully not laugh, and hopefully be surprised that we're pretty correct.
OKC Bear Boy said that's more Kool-Aid than I'm drinking. Look, the season's not over, so don't think I'm not. The toughest part of the schedule is the back half, so we might see.
Let me have this. Okay, I'm gonna drink the Kool-Aid because God knows how shitty these seasons have been the last few years.
Right.
Where a win was, I mean, even last year it was tough to come by. It felt like it wasn't the Justin Field era where it's like we can't win, no matter what, we can't win. It was very close to that last year though with Eberflus and company. So week 13, or after the week 12, you're 8-3. I'm 7-4. We have Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, a 2:00 start. This is Saturday, right?
It doesn't matter when this game's at.
Or is this
it's the defending champs?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is a Saturday game.
Oh,
But
we're
yeah,
getting cooked.
we're getting yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
we're getting grinded up, put in the
Jalen
stew.
Carter is going to remind
Yeah.
us why
Yeah.
we should have drafted him.
Turn on the gas heater and watch us cook.
I'm just
That's
kidding. I do feel like he's going to have a crazy game though.
Oh, for sure. I look at there's no way that you'd have to be talk about drinking the Kool-Aid. You'd be drunk as hell if you think the Eagles are going to lose to us. They can in real life, but like just for right now with the data we have, no, we're not beating them. So,
and which is interesting because remember they went on they started out 10-1 and then like lost every single game or something like that. Like 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Crazy.
Anyways, so yeah, loss for both of us here. And now what's honestly kind of crazy, we don't play Green Bay until week 14.
And then back to back, basically.
Basically, yeah, there's one game away and then, or it's back-to-back home games, but you play them 2 weeks later. So, but Green Bay in Lambeau, I'm going loss.
It's the Packers.
Because even last year,
yeah,
I know we talked about like we're never going to predict Green Bay to beat Green Bay until we beat them. I know Santos, and I know it was a fun win, but they weren't even playing some of their starters. Yeah, Love played a quarter maybe.
Yeah, I can't remember at that point, but yeah,
I'm going loss until we can actually beat Green Bay at 100%. Week 15 at home, noon.
Who's their quarterback?
Browns.
Which of the 5 quarterbacks is their
I'm
quarterback?
rooting for Sanders, but I won't be rooting for him this game.
It's not who I'm rooting for. I'm saying literally who is going to be playing. They're
going to rotate them every quarter.
Yeah. And that tells me that this
fresh legs.
What fresh we have now, that's a win because they don't even know who their starter is. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not like their group is like you have a bunch of really good ones to pick from, right? The best one out of the bunch is Shador, and that's still a rookie quarterback. So give me.
I think there's unknowns. I've never been a big fan of Dylan Gabriel. I don't know what they're seeing in him.
He's shorter than me. What do you?
Yeah,
that's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not short. I'm just saying though, like you're like 5'10". That normally doesn't pan out too well in the NFL. Just saying. You have outliers like Russ and Drew, but that's about it.
We go back home against Lambeau or against the Packers, Jordan Love. I'm going loss. I just can't pick Chicago yet until they start doing it consistently to beat the guys up north. Right?
Yeah. I'm gonna go loss too.
Is it north? Yeah. I'm like, where's Wisconsin?
It's actually pretty close to Chicago, but I'm gonna take an L there. I'm gonna take an L there as well. And not the L train. I'm gonna take an L as a loss.
Okay. So we have 2 games left. Let me see where we're at here. So we have so at 8-3, we have So I think you're 9-6. Fick.
Okay.
Because we're 8-3, and then we have out of these next 4 games, you have a loss, win, loss. So you're sitting at 9-6. And then
You're 8-5, I think.
I am going to be,
or not 8-5.
I'm going to be 8-7.
Yeah.
Heading into the final 2 games.
KDG Tay. I have a sweep in Green Bay. That might be the Kool-Aid. I mean, look,
I hope so.
Absolutely right. I hope
KG, that's what we want. We're not saying this is what we want. Like, this is what we want to happen. It's just what this is our predictions. But God, I would love to beat Green Bay, but we have to hold ourselves accountable a little bit. We said it early? I think we said it 2 years ago on the pod. We said we were done because we couldn't beat Green Bay, man.
It was like 6 years.
And then even last year, we should have swept them. But we should have swept them.
Yeah.
We should have swept their ass.
It's funny. We could have lost both games. We could have won both games. That's how close they were.
Yeah. So. But Chicago is undefeated against Green Bay in 2025.
They are.
That is a known fact. That is a fact. You can't take that away.
And we beat them on their turf too. So.
Yep. King Caleb, King of the North, is what they say. So
sure.
San Francisco away. I'm gonna let you go first, Vic. Remember, you're 9-6. I'm 8-7.
Oh, okay. So it's interesting because now I'm thinking, I'm like, should I have split Green Bay and we lose to San Fran? No, San Fran's definitely worse than Green Bay. So I'm gonna go a dub here. I'll give us a dub here.
Okay. You know what? I thought we weren't going to be on the same page this one, honest to God. I have them winning too. I have them winning as well. That leads us to the final game.
Got a lot of holes they got to fix, and
they're just getting older too.
They are old as hell.
I know Brock Purdy sliced us up last year, but
who didn't?
Fuck, was that Matt Eberflus?
It was.
Can I blame him? Yeah.
Wait,
I'm gonna blame him.
Yeah, blame him anyways. Whatever.
Yeah, we'll blame him either way. I don't know if he was still there, but he caused enough damage.
He got fired. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he gets blamed no matter what. So
yes, it was dysfunctional still. But yeah. Anywho, last game against Detroit. We both, to go back to week 2, we both have us beating Detroit. We end the season. Ben Johnson at home, Soldier Field. The time is to be determined. What are we thinking?
So I already kind of prefaced this earlier, but we won week 2.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, we won week 2 away. I think the Lions at that point, they have enough talent. They probably got their offense and their defense figured out, right? Not saying figured out in the way of like, oh, they're going to the Super Bowl, but they're going to have a much better understanding of their concepts and their schematics with week 18. And if they don't by that point, they're probably not a good team. And I think they're going to be. So because of that, I got to say we end it on an L, which is not a great way to end the season, but that would leave me at 10-7, and I think that's feasible.
Okay. So, hold on, let me see here. So you go win, right? You sweep Detroit. So you're at 10-6?
10-7.
Well, you're 11-6.
No. I'm 11-6
because remember you were 9-6 after week 16, and then you picked 2 more wins because I was 8-7.
Wait.
So you have here's your losses. You have a loss in week 8. So week 1 win, week 2 win, week 3 win, week 4 win, week 6 you have a loss, week 7 win, week 8 and week 9 are losses.
No. Oh yeah, that's right. Keep going. Sorry.
Week 9 is week 10 is a win, week 11 is win, week 12 is win, week 13 and 14 are losses, week 15 is a win, week 16 is a loss, and then week 17 and week 18 are both wins.
No, sorry. I said we lose the last one, so there we go.
You lose week 18?
We lose to Detroit. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
No, you're good. I'm like, man, I am really not I was trying to go for a final number, but I'm like, dang.
Wait, so. And I'm going win as well. I think they sweep Detroit potentially. Again, I just don't think Detroit's going to be nearly as good. I think I like Dan Campbell, but I have to be honest. I think he's a really good motivator. I don't think he's not nearly the play caller. And I don't even know who their new play caller is. I should know this, but
it's the guy they got from I think
it should be a drop off and a substantial one.
It's definitely going to be a drop off of Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
No question.
So I'm going win. I finish with 10-7.
Same.
Yep.
Basically, because our differences are the last game of the year, and then I had us beating. Who did I have us? Oh, who did I else? I'm trying to figure out now. What was our other switch?
I can tell you right now. So we both finished 10-7 as of May 14th, 2025. Just want that on record. So Dave lost. Dave. So our first time, not believing. Week 16. I'm sorry. Week 18, we defer. I say win. Right. You say loss.
Right.
We also have week 11. I said loss. You said win.
11. Who's that? The Vikings?
That's
the Vikings.
The Vikings. Yep.
Yeah, I said we. Okay, so basically, I said we sweep the Vikings. You said we sweep Detroit. That's the difference.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
and we both said we get swept by Packers. So I think we both have us going 3-3 in the NFC North. It's just dependent on which team you're losing to. So okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's a really fair. I saw. I think it was Kyle Brandt. He goes, no matter what, every team is going to be 10-7 and making the playoffs next year after.
That's true.
After these schedule release videos.
Look, if you're picking top 5, you should not have top. As people who've picked there before, and we've learned from our mistakes, you should not be having double-digit wins unless you're in the top 5 due to a trade or your quarterback who's really good was just injured. And neither of those top 5 teams fall in that category. So if I see any any regular season predictions that has the Pats, that has the Giants, that has the who was 4? That's Pats. Who was first? Jesus. First, and my mind is melting. Dave, who went first?
Oh, Tennessee, brother.
Tennessee, thank you. So Tennessee, Pats, Browns, or maybe Jaguars could get 10. That's the only one. But even still, that's a big ask. None of them should have a double-digit win prediction, but they will.
Okay.
Because that's how we are.
No, I think that's fair. NFL's crazy though. I love it.
It is. You never know what's going to happen.
These playoffs have been good. What are the Knicks doing?
I think they're down. I haven't been watching, but
see, Hart Snows, dude, or he got.
I did see that. That was before we hopped on. He got
yeah. Well, hey, let's finish this up here. We'll let you maybe catch the end of the game if it's close.
Yep.
Let's finish this show with we're gonna pick our 3 favorite games in order.
Okay.
First, second, third. I'll let you go. We cannot pick the same game. So if I pick Cowboys, obviously you cannot pick Cowboys at all. Actually, you can. Let's fuck it. Well, we can have the same ones. It's kind of hard. It's kind of limited. So again, if you've enjoyed this show, we have weekly shows during the off season, weekly shows, and you can subscribe, like the pod, or like the video here if you can. And of course, Apple, Spotify as well. And then during the season, since we're talking about the schedule, we go live twice a week during the season. So anyways, Fick, let's go from your number 3. Start with number 3. Your third most looked forward to game in 2025.
It's got to be the number 3 for me. Is got to be the first game of the season. NFC North matchup, prime time, week 1, the unveiling of Caleb Williams year 2. Right, that's what we're all waiting for. Is who is Caleb Williams going to be? And again, you're not going to know from week 1, but you get to see it on primetime television against a really good defense. And hopefully we can start to see a very improved Caleb Williams with the new offense and all that stuff. So that's basically by default by me, because that's basically the Christmas. You're waking up Christmas morning and you're opening your presents, and you get to do it on primetime. So I'm excited about that one. That's my number 3. What about you?
That's your third. Okay. That's third ranked or third most look forward to game. Okay. I'm going to go, my third will be this. I'm going to go Saturday before Christmas. I'm going to actually do the first Green Bay game in Lambeau.
Bro, for some reason, when you started and you were saying, I thought you were going to say Saints. And I'm like, dog, that's crazy.
Well, it's going to be, hopefully it's an ass whooping. So that's
Well,
probably why
I
I'm
know.
looking forward to it,
fair,
you know?
fair. What excitement in that? Okay, but yeah.
I want to see Caleb go into Lambeau and just
light it up,
dude. And it's going to be cold as hell. I got to say one thing about Green Bay and even Lambeau is like, it's historic. It feels like a movie. Just every time, even if you're watching for the broadcast or you're freezing your ass off at Lambeau, it's just an unreal experience. And I look forward to hopefully the Bears are good heading into this game too. So I'd love to see a really fun matchup. And yeah, so that'll be number 3 for me. Number 2, Fick, for you?
Number 2 for me is going to be the Ben Johnson revenge game. I said this earlier. It's not really a revenge, more from the Lions standpoint, but it's week 2. You get to play the Lions without Ben Johnson, and we get Ben Johnson to show off his tricks against his former team. And as we know with Ben Johnson, he likes to show off tricks against people that he has a little vendetta. I don't know, vendetta is strong, but has a connection with. And so I'm excited to see, what we can do. And that'll be our first test also. We're going against a really good team. And that'll be our first test. Actually, we talked about last year. We didn't see the NFC North till like week 12. And this year, our first 2 games are the NFC North. So this is going to be, a really good test in the beginning to kind of get an understanding of where this team's at. It won't determine the season, but I'm excited about that because we're going to start off right away going against 2 quality opponents. And one of them is on primetime, and the second one's against the team that we poached from, which we've actually played well against the past 2 seasons. So I'm excited about that. What about you?
Number 2 for me is Washington, week 6. In Washington, once again, right the wrong that was Matt Eberflus and Tyreek Stevenson. I hope Stevenson has a great game. Maybe gets a pick. This one I just look forward to. I know there's gonna be a lot of Hail Mary. For some reason, it doesn't bother me seeing the Hail Mary because it's like, I don't know. The double doink hurt a lot more. I would just say that. It's the playoffs. We should have won it. This game we should have won too, but it's just not a playoff game. So for me, it hurts. It's almost laughable because like Eberflus was fired. It was the start of the downfall of that season because you're 4-2 heading into that game. You're 5-2 if you just stop the Hail Mary. So for me, this is Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams. It's going to be talked about for at least a couple more years until it really is solidified as far as who is the best out of this class. And so I think Caleb needs to have. He doesn't need to just win this one. He needs a big win, a big performance too. Maybe like a real, like, okay, he has arrived type moment in his career could be week 6. Cause I know there's like those first 4 games are fun, but it's like prime time. And I know there's one on Monday Night Football, but this is prime time against Washington, who is they went to the NFC championship game, right? Or I thought they did. Yeah. Either way, a very, very good. They have what you said, almost 8 primetime games this year.
They have 8.
This is a team. All eyes are going to be watching this, not just because of the teams and hopefully the records of the teams, but also these quarterbacks are the future of this league. Hopefully, at least JD has really almost cemented himself as that already, and Caleb's still trying to get that title, right, or at least that label. So for me, that's number 2 for me on this. In this schedule.
Well, that's my number 1. So there you go. Right.
All right.
Everything you said, but that's my number 1, right? You're seeing the future, especially of the NFC, right? If we're looking at the AFC, they're stacked with quarterbacks, but the NFC, you're looking like who's going to be the leader of the NFC. Right now you have Jalen Hurts, who's not even like super, super pass heavy, not discrediting him at all, but he's kind of the leader of the NFC. And then you have JD, right? Who went crazy last year, but that's only 1 year. So it's not enough to be like, oh, you're the leader, right? So really it's open for grabs. So this is a game that could really cement either quarterback being like, no. This is our conference.
Well, how I see it is Jaden Daniels could really like take a hold of this conversation. Like if he goes out there and stomps Caleb and the Bears, it's like you're getting to a point where it's like, all right, now you got to string a couple big performances together. You got to,
you're behind
not against JD, because I mean, they are going to, if they are two of the best in the NFC, they're going to play each other more than likely. It's like Mahomes and Allen, right? That's what we want this to be. You just hope that Caleb's Mahomes in this scenario, and not the other way around where JD is Mahomes and then Allen is Caleb. And I hope that analogy makes sense. But
no, it does.
Either way, just to be in that conversation would be fun. So that was your number one. That was tough for me, but I gotta say, for me, week 1 is special, right? I love week 1. I love when we opened up against Green Bay the last couple of years. It's been tough, right? The 100th year anniversary game was against Green Bay, I think, as well. Got our ass stomped. So for me, I love week 1, and then it just adds on to that. It's the final game of week 1 on Monday Night Football. All eyes are on you, ESPN. I just love that. I love the matchup. I think it's a good one for Chicago. You're catching Minnesota early with a rookie quarterback. I know we have a new offense and brand new, scheme and whatnot. The Bears got to win this. There's no excuse not to beat JJ McCarthy and the Vikings here. I know they're good. I know it's a divisional rival, but for me, I love this matchup. I cannot wait. And also, you just add on to week 1 is just beautiful. It's just so much fun. So that's for me. Yeah, it's built up from months and months of just like we're doing right now, speculating and, getting our fix through training camp and whatnot. So that's my top 3. I'd love to hear your guys' comments. If you can, comment your top 3 games you're looking forward to this year. And we'll go ahead and we'll pin the best one, or we'll pin one on YouTube. And then also, of course, we'll go through and chat with you guys on the comment section. So, Fick, anything before we go here, brother?
Man, I'm ready. Man. They just keep teasing all this stuff. I'm excited to get this going for real. I don't know about you, but.
No, I am too. I am as well. Again, next week, Wednesday, same exact time, 7 Central. We have an inside look at Hallis Hall, what's going on, how the league perceives Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson, Ryan Poles. We have none other than Jeff who runs the Bears blog that is now a part of SM Sports Mockery. So again, honestly, I don't say this a lot, but it is a must-watch episode that we're going to have for you next week. So check us out, subscribe, like, and comment. We appreciate it. And we will see you next week.
Let me get the shout outs here real quick though. Kyler Villa-Gomez with a hashtag OG. Appreciate it. Kyler said, bring it on, Vikings. Bear down. Excited for that one. We had one from Leo here. Leo Carney on YouTube said, you guys are better than the rest, talking about the other podcast. Appreciate that. Leo, appreciate that. Hashtag OG. And then we got Caleb. And I think this is the one that joined the Patreon, right? So shout out to you, Caleb. Hashtag OG. Hashtag Rookie Grizzly. Hashtag GOAT. So we appreciate you, Caleb, as well. And shout out to all you guys, even if you didn't comment, but you're just watching. You're watching this later. Shout out to y'all as well, because again, this show's nothing without you, because this is the number 1 show for the fans, by the fans. So we appreciate every single one of y'all.
Yep, absolutely. Again, we'll be back next week. You can find all my work on Sports Mockery. I'll have a more breakdown of the schedule in writing. It'll go live tomorrow morning, and you can check out everyone else's work, of course, and then follow Ficky and I on our socials. And we will see you next week again for a really fun episode with Jeff from the Bears blog. So bear down, and we'll see you soon.
Peace.